What's going on, guys? A lot of you wanted to hear my thoughts and opinions on the first episode of Resident Evil Revelations 2, and I was going to do a video on that anyway, so let's get started with that. So as far as the episode goes, I really enjoyed it, and there were a lot of times where the jump scares actually got me, and I was actually pretty surprised about that because there hasn't been a Resident Evil game that actually made me feel like that since Resident Evil 4. Especially like there were times where I felt really tense, just like when I was playing RE4 way back when. So playing this, it just made me feel like this is a step in the right direction, and I want the main series to kind of follow suit with that. When I was playing as Barry, like in the second half of episode 1, there were times in my run-throughs where I ran out of ammo. I've ran through like I want to say 3 times already. I could be wrong, it might have been only 2, but in my run-throughs, I noticed that every time I played as Barry, I would always run out of ammo. So sometimes it is best to just run and not fight. And I really like that because in the last few Resident Evil games, even the original Resident Evil Revelations, you can pretty much go through guns blazing if you wanted to. With Revelations 1, that wasn't so much the case, but a lot of the times you could. There were very like rare moments in Revelations 1 where you'd run out of ammo, unless if you were playing on what is it, veteran or professional or whatever it was called, whatever difficulty it was called. But if you're just going through a normal run through, you wouldn't run out of ammo as often as you do now in Revelations 2 with Barry's campaign, for example, or even Claire's campaign. You can run out of ammo very easily, and I really like that. Also, in terms of gameplay elements, I'm glad that they took features and elements from Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil 6, and Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, as well as some hints of elements from Resident Evil 0. When it comes to like switching between characters, the bleeding effect, which I really liked in Operation Raccoon City, and I'm glad it made its way back into this game. Dodging is a lot more fluid, and it kind of feels a little bit more like Resident Evil 6 mixed in with the Revelations dodging system, if that makes sense. They even had this thing from Resident Evil 2 where like if you played as Leon in Scenario A, and you took both the side pack and the machine gun, then that would affect Claire B. And so when you would go into that same munitions room, the ammo or the side pack and the gun would be gone. And so that kind of hints of that have been put into this game. So if you go and you pick up or if you open up a box and that locked box had like ammo and you take it, that ammo is going to be gone once you go play as Barry, or vice versa. So I really like that they did that. Also, when you're playing through the game, you'll notice that you're going to be relying on each character heavily, no matter what. So if you're playing as Natalia, you're going to be relying on Barry heavily, or vice versa, you're going to be relying on Natalia to do things for you, because there are certain things each character can't do. So you're going to need the other character to do something for you. So I really like that aspect. And you could tell the characters to like wait and not follow you around for a moment, but it comes to a point where it's like you don't want to leave them alone because that partner, like the person following you that you're escorting, they really help out a lot when you're there. Even if they can't defend themselves as much as Claire and Barry can, they do a lot in terms of helping you progress through the prison and the island itself. So that's something I really liked. So Revelations 2 raid mode, it's fun. The characters no longer have preset skills to use, so you can set passive and active skills, which is really nice to see. Each individual character can level up on their own, so now there's more reason to go back to raid mode once you complete it. And customization for like taunts and weapons it's really nice. The customization for weapons is a little different from the campaign. Instead, each time you put in a new custom part, it's stuck to that weapon until you destroy the part or destroy the weapon itself. So it's there, but I don't find a problem with that. I think that's actually a really good thing. So if you want something that's permanent, you know, on your weapon, you better make sure it's like the best thing you can get. Another thing that's really nice is that you do not have to be a certain level to use a certain level of weapon. So like if the weapon is level 5 and you're level 1, you're not forced to be level 5 in order to use it like in Revelations 1. So I thought that was pretty nice too. On a side note for raid mode, color-coded enemies from DMC made their way into raid mode in Revelations 2. Okay, I lied. They're not from DMC, but they are color-coded, and luckily you don't have to use color-coded weapons to kill them, but they're there, and I actually don't mind these because they're only there when there's a certain monster with like a gold emblem above its head, so they get enhanced powers until that monster is dead or one of them is, or both of them are killed. So they're there. They're not a big deal, but I just kind of hate that they're color-coded. So yeah, there's that. My overall thoughts on the game so far, I enjoyed it, and I will be looking forward to picking up my physical copy on launch. And for those of you who are maybe iffy on picking up the game, I would say try out the first episode. If you don't like the first episode, then don't pick up the physical version. But if you do, then I would recommend picking up the physical version, so that way you can play the rest of the game instead of having to buy each individual piece of the game separately, as well as like the DLC characters, weapons, costumes, etc. So those are my thoughts and opinions on the game. Overall, I enjoyed it, and I would recommend trying out episode 1 at least before picking up the full game if you're still not sure if you want to play this game. So that's the end of this video. I just hit my fucking keyboard. That's the end of this video. I will be working on the comparison video for Resident Evil HD Remaster, and it should be out by the end of this week. And I'll also be doing a thoughts video on the Yakuza 0 demo once I complete it eventually. But yeah, I'll get to that too. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.